The times where we would just say, don't let it get to you, ignore it, don't let it impact how you feel about yourself, just block them, report them, I think those days are over. Being online is no longer a choice for Australians. We go seamlessly between the online world and the offline world multiple times a day. You don't even need to be online to be impacted by trolls. This impacts every single Australian. This is not about celebrities. This is not about politicians. This is about every single Australian because this impacts every single Australian. The time to ignore trolls is over. The time to prosecute trolls is here.
It's funny, isn't it? Because if someone was at a pub and got punched and someone then said to them, oh, don't go to that pub anymore. Simple, problem solved. Here, people are getting abused online and people say, oh, just don't go online anymore.
It is against the law to emotionally abuse someone. It is against the law to verbally abuse someone. Would we ever say to a victim of domestic violence, just ignore it, don't let them get to you, just put it aside, maybe just don't go home, just don't go home. If someone's walking the street and gets punched, we say, just don't go outside, you'll be totally fine. That is ridiculous. In every other area of society where activity is criminal, there is a deterrent, there is a punishment. The focus is on the perpetrator. It shapes our public discourse. People don't go around murdering people for the most part because they know that the consequences are severe. It is against the law. This whole mentality of victim blaming almost and saying from children all the way through to adults, just don't let it get to you. That is ridiculous. We'd never say it to a victim of crime in any other area of Australia, and nor should we, but we say it to people online, just get offline. Well, no, why should I have to get offline because you're threatening my life? Why should I get off something that all of my friends are using, my family used to keep in touch, I use from a business perspective, I use to promote shows that I'm doing on Channel 9, it is a huge part of my life. Why should I get offline because you threaten my life? I've got an idea, why don't you get offline? Why don't you go in front of the courts? Why don't you try to justify your behaviour? If you're underage, why don't you go to juvenile detention for a day? Why is the onus on me to get offline? Being online is no longer a choice. This is not about, some little girl who wants to go on Instagram and get likes and post a selfie. That's ridiculous. This is about being able to do something that everyone else in this country does, which is be online and not having to be subjected to vile, threatening, intimidating abuse. Nobody deserves that. I don't care who you are, whether you're a politician, a reality TV star, whether you're Joe Blogs down the street, nobody deserves to be abused online. My point is, the government gets tough on this. They introduce legislation. They hold people who troll, who threaten, who abuse, who intimidate accountable. They start to actually say, we're going to put you in front of the courts, you can go to jail. You're not going to clog the court system up because a deterrent has been created. 95% of this stops if people who do this think they might be on the front page of the paper as a convicted troll who sent death threats to a heavily pregnant woman. It stops. It's about creating a deterrent.
This legislation that you're pushing for is probably not so much about protecting yourself. It's about protecting, a 14-year-old girl who has some anonymous account bullying her at school.
This is about other people who don't have the means that I have to fight it. Laws are required not to protect me, to protect all of Australia. It's such a big, serious issue. And it is not about me. I can't say that enough. It is not about me. It is not about me trying to find every person that sent me something awful over the years and saying, go to jail, go to jail, go to jail. It's not about me. It's about cleaning up the online space for your future kids, for my daughter, for everyone who's watching, for their children in the future, so that you can rest assured that you're not going to come home one day and find that your child's taken their life because they have been berated and bullied and threatened online to the point where they don't have the coping mechanisms yet and they don't have the perspective yet to understand that there are other things in life for them when that is their only world and that's all they know.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.